In this video, we'll investigate equivalent fractions and different denominators. There are literally infinite ways to write any rational value as a fraction. The number 1 can be written as 1 divided by 1, 4 divided by 4, 7 sevenths, 15 fifteenths, 237 237ths, or 1 million 1 millionths. And there are infinite more. Pick any number, divide it by itself, and you have 1. Fractions are equivalent if they represent the same value. Here we can see that 3/4, 6/8, and 12/16 all represent exactly the same value. They're exactly the same length line. This one is divided up into fourths, and 3 of them are shaded. This one is divided into eighths. 6 of them are shaded. This one is divided into 16ths, and 12 are shaded. Therefore, 3/4, 6/8, and 12/16 are equivalent fractions since they represent the same shaded part of one whole. Equivalent fractions are in the same family of fractions. The first member of the family is in lowest terms. No natural number divides evenly into both the numerator and denominator except 1. Other family members are found by multiplying the numerator and denominator by the same natural number. Here's an example. Find 5 fractions that are equivalent to 1/2. We can do that just by taking, I've done the first one here already. We just take 1/2 and multiply it by 2/2, which is the same as multiplying it by 1. And that's 2/4. So I can do the same by taking 1/2 and multiplying it by 3/3. Again, that's the same as multiplying it by 1. I just multiply across the numerators and the denominators. 1 times 3 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 3/6 is also equal to 1/2. I don't have to pick the next one. I can pick something else. I can pick 6/6, which gives me 6/12, also equal to 1/2. Let's pick something a little further out. Let's say 27/27ths. So 1 times 27 is 27. 2 times 27 is 54. 27/54ths is equal to 1/2. These are all in the same family. One more. Let's say 173 over 173. 1 times 173 is 173. 2 times 173 is 346. 173 346 is equal to 1/2. The fundamental principle of fractions says that if the numerator and denominator of a fraction are multiplied by the same non-zero number, the value of the fraction remains unchanged. To change a fraction to an equivalent fraction with a larger denominator, first divide the specified larger denominator by the original denominator. We'll call the quotient n. Then multiply the original numerator and denominator by n. So let's try changing 5/8 to a fraction where the denominator is 32. If I divide 32 by 8, I get 4. Then I multiply both the numerator and denominator by 4. 5 times 4 is 20, and 8 times 4 is 32. So the equivalent fraction is 20/32. Because every fraction has an infinite number of equivalent fractions, we want to make things simple for ourselves and work with fractions in lowest terms. To change a fraction to an equivalent fraction with a smaller denominator, or reduce to lowest terms, first find the common factor greater than 1 for the numerator and denominator, then divide the numerator and denominator by the common factor found in step 1. Continue until the fraction is in lowest terms or has the desired smaller denominator. Note, to reduce to lowest terms in the fewest steps, find the greatest common factor in step 1. Example, reduce 8/10 to lowest terms. To do this, we find a common factor. In fact, we want to find the greatest common factor of 8 and 10. Well, the prime factors of 8 are 2, 2, and 2. The prime factors of 10 are 2 and 5. So the greatest common factor of 8 and 10 is 2. I divide the numerator by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Divide the denominator by 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 4/5 is in lowest terms. Now we want to reduce 18/24 to lowest terms. Prime factors of 18 are 2, 3, and 3. And prime factors of 24 are 2, 2, 2, 3, and 2, 2, 2, and 3. So the greatest common factor of 18/24 is 2 times 3, which is 6. 18 divided by 6 is 3. 24 divided by 6 is 4. 3/4 is in lowest terms. Another name for a fraction is a ratio. Like a fraction, a ratio is a comparison between quantities by division. If two ratios are equal, they form a proportion. 18 divided by 24 equals 3/4 is a proportion. The cross products of a proportion are the products of the numerator of one fraction with the denominator of the other. An important property of proportions is that their cross products are equal. In 18 over 24 equals 3/4, we see that 18 times 4 is 72, and 24 times 3 is 72. So 18 times 4 is equal to 24 times 3. The cross products in a proportion are equal. Symbolically, if A divided by B is equal to C divided by D, and B and D are not equal to 0, then A times D equals B times C. Also, if A times D equals B times C, then A divided by B equals C divided by D. So as an example, we'll use the property of proportions to determine whether the following statements are true or false. We're just going to multiply cross products and see if they're equal. So here we've got 5 times 24, which is 120. And we've got 8 times 15, which is also 120. So this is true. Next, we have 6/9 equals 10/15. So 6 times 15 is 90, and 9 times 10 is also clearly 90. So again, this is true. Finally, we have 9/12 equals 12/18. So we'll try 9 times 18. This is not one, I can do that with my head, without too much difficulty. 9 times 18 is 162. I know that since 9 times 9 is 81, and then I just have to multiply it by 2. And 12 times 12 is 144. The cross products are not equal, so that means that this is not a true statement. This is false.